What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Let's see if this one works. I tried to make a video earlier in like Colorado Springs, but the connection failed me. Don't fail me now. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm a spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. And the count goes wild. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What? Is Friday over? Almost. We're driving straight into Saturday, bro. Straight into Saturday. What's going on? Hey, I have plenty to talk about, but there was one specific thing that happened just right now, that I had to talk about right now, that made me have to talk about everything else. Because I was just kind of saving it all. I mean, obviously, I've been on a meditative state for many hours, so there's plenty to talk about. But I have probably skipped at least, 4, 5, 6, and then thumbs down to at least 3 of fucking Russ's songs throughout the day. For those that don't know, that's my dark twin flame, and he loves to make an appearance on Friday, and I'm just like, not today, Satan, not today, right? I'm serious, dude. Like, every time I got in the car and shit, I'm like, please, are you kidding me? So then somehow it came through earlier and I just didn't even bother, and it was Pull the Trigger, one of his songs, right? I'm driving through the scariest shit, and dude, you guys gotta see this. Creepy. Oh, you can't see it. Anyways, it's creepy out there. There's all this like mist and fog and shit. Anyways, I'm listening to this stupid song, and ego death, for me or you, I don't know, I guess. And ego death is just, you see something different in a different perspective than you saw it before. So I'm listening to this stupid fucking song, and he says, hold up. He says, I'm trying to buy a house in cash for all the times we had to move, for all the times my mom didn't know what to do and something lost hope. And that's where it snapped. I was like, oh, yeah, I must irritate her very fucking existence, because she made it look fucking hopeless all the fucking time, didn't she? She acted like there was no fucking hope. You went from one big mansion to another, which I did pull up in your fucking, you know what I mean, in your guys' yellow page records. You know what I mean? You had like definitely 16 fucking residences, but they were all enormous fucking houses. Poor you, right? Poor you. But in the sense of, you could never feel security because of her. Because of her. And that's why you still do not feel security, is because of her. So again, I was just listening to it, and that's what he said. I'm trying to do all this for all the times my mom lost hope. And I'm like, hours ago, when me and my kids are coming into New Mexico and we're talking about, we're creating new memories. We're creating memories that they'll never forget. And adventures. Do you know what I mean? There's no hopelessness. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh my God, the sky is falling. We have no money. Nobody loves us. We can't pay our bills, and there's no God, and there's no man, and your dad isn't. Well, I mean, I do make jokes about your dad. Well, she said she had a dream about him. I was like, dude, he's a total dark practitioner. If you thought about him, he made you. Don't think about him unless you want to. That's what I teach. I teach anybody that, though. Don't think about people unless you want to. And that's it. All day I was like, I'm not trying to hear your bullshit. And I heard it, and I was like, okay, I hear you. Your mom was like totally hopeless your whole fucking life. All right? And then here I come showing, it's all about hope. It's all about faith. It's all about that. Oh, no wonder How I Met Your Mother. And that's really what it is. Why does she fucking hate me? Because I'm a reflection of everything she is and isn't. Alright? So I carry the same shadows, but if she healed the same shadows, she could possibly be never like me, but she could empower herself to be whoever, is the best version of her. But in essence, she is a created monster like her, her evil seeds that believe happinesses are outside of them, right? She raised these children in the belief that they did not have enough, with a lack mentality. And I can tell you from the addresses, bro, bullshit, bitch. Bullshit, bitch. You're just a prissy ass bitch. Who made you that prissy where you thought you deserved so much in your life? Who gave you so much that put you on such a high pedestal and a high standard that if this standard wasn't met, then your life, the whole fucking sky was falling? I'm not sure. But based on the fucking Carfax I pulled, you live in a whole fantasy fucking world. You're like that crazy girl. Shit, what was her name? Oh my god, it's so funny. What was her name? She was a whole fucking made up bitch. They made a fucking funny show about her on Netflix. She's like, I don't have time for this. She was all like lying and shit, like staying in penthouses and, just a total fucking, a total fucking, I don't even know what the word is. But anyways, going back to your songs, and they're always the same. I think the last song you said, I'm doing so good, I bought my mom an Aston Martin Cyan Blue. It's still not enough. You still had to take her to wherever the last fucking thing is and go get her a hug with a bear, put her in some new coach. It's never enough for your mother. You must notice that. And once you stop feeding her, maybe you'll find that you feel enough, or maybe you can realize that you might have that same disease. It's a lack mentality. It was created by that woman. And she lacks the finer things. It's not even basic. There's nothing basic about that bitch except for her fucking genetic makeup. And that bitch looks like a dude, if you ask me. No dude is gonna touch that woman, bro. Never. And that's what's funny, is because, I'm over here and I'm like, I wish the best for all of my, my guys and the whole world. It's like, I want for you what I'm searching for. And if you find it before me, then all that does is give me hope in my mission. You know what I mean? What do we win? We win a partnership, a unionship, a happy family. We inherit the earth. We inherit, We walk in the spirit and everything's good. And we don't walk around like these fucking people, bro. These fucking people that can't even travel unless they're in first class everything. And if they don't, they feel less than what I have in my pocket right now. This is lack mentality on the highest levels. Like Tori Spelling type shit. You were so fucking, golden spooned. But I want to know, who gave her the golden spoon? When in her life did she ever have it to where she believes, it was taken from her, or she deserves it? Did your grandfather and your grandmother give it to her, and then she just had to, when she got married, she made the wrong mistake and they wouldn't give it back to her? Or what's the fucking deal? It doesn't matter. It doesn't fall on her children. And that's the same as your sister. She can't find, and your brother. You guys don't live in a real world. She's created you to live in this high society standards that none of you meet. And nobody should have to live by those standards any motherfucking ways, as far as breaking down the matrix. But it's just unfair. And going back to it, I guess, always on a fucking Friday, it's that guy, and it's always me taking his dark energy and alchemizing it, turning it into collective healing, and hoping that he gets the message and he himself is healed from such things. And we don't have another fucking Material Girl fucking song about how, he can buy his mom and his family happiness, when seemingly it never works. Because he's got to take the fucking Griswolds out every fucking, every fucking weekend, every fucking holiday. And, it's got to be alcohol and pictures and, lavish fucking, doesn't enjoy themselves without the finer things in life. And it's like, why do you believe? You have that mentality like my little brother. I work too hard not to have the best things. Why do you have to have the best things? Why do you think that that's what makes life? And if that's the case, then stop working so hard. Maybe don't work so hard and, come down to earth, where some of us are just grateful to have the things we do have. And it doesn't need to be all those things with all those names and all those pictures and all those labels, and all that fame and fortune based on, this lack mentality. Okay? Okay, so that's where that came from. Literally, I was just listening to that bullshit. I'm like, geez, man. All the times my mom was hopeless. Bitch, what was you hopeless about? But then I remember seeing her post. She posted in like 2016 on Facebook asking for contributions and resources because her husband had lost his position as in a whatever, but instead of her going out and getting a fucking job or getting a career of her own, she's always out there begging. And that goes back to, you know what I mean, his sister doesn't have a fucking job, his brother doesn't have a fucking job, she doesn't have a fucking job, I'm not sure if the father has a fucking job, you know what I mean, Jonica doesn't have a fucking job, he sits around a bunch of unemployed people that expect the finer things in life. How the fuck does that work? I don't know, he works the shit out of it. Why buy the cow when you can milk that bitch for free? That's how it be. And that's why I'm so repulsed by, dang, gas is finally cheaper. $2.72, people. $2.70. Oh my gosh, bro, seriously. Anyways, going back to it, it's just like, well, yeah. The ego death, I guess I see where this comes from. And it's just more compassion and love and understanding that I end up having. But it comes with filth and disgust towards, you know, the initial intake of dark energy. I'm like, you and your fucking shit. You fucking shit. You fucking shit. Fine, give it to me. What is it now? Oh, he's hurting again because of his... Great. I can't stand her. I can't help her, Russ. There's no helping her. When are you going to realize that? You cannot buy that. Buy her a padded room and they'll make her better. I mean, fuck off. I love you. And I know you just want to, you know, make your mom's life better, but the shit is never getting better. Hey, the moon's out. You need to just worry about your life. Your life has been, you know, fucking 30, your birthday is like whenever. You're like 30-something years old. You've given how much of your life to these people? It's time for them to give, you know what I mean, to give their own lives to themselves and you to go find your own. And stop identifying that, you know, your position is to provide the finer things in life to these people as if they were denied. When were they denied, Russ? You bitches have never been on fucking welfare, fucking, you know what I mean, low class, nothing, dude. You may have been humiliated, you may have failed some type of way, but I truly believe it all stemmed from your mother and all the voice inside of the house and not outside, who was really judging you based on those addresses and shit. Come on. I'm being realistically, you're not even being, and yet she has the fucking nerve to come out and tell everyone that I'm fucking unemployed and I'm homeless and I'm a fucking failure. Bro, what? Bitch, what? Sorry, not today, Satan. And that's just it, it's like, you know, I get so frustrated, but what am I gonna do? Just be mad? No, I'll make some good shit about this, and I will love you through this. It's unlovable. Like, this is just like a new layer. He's a fucking onion. Let's, you know, pull another layer of this fucking bullshit back. I don't know. How many layers of his skin do we have to... How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Fuck if I know. I'm just saying. I tried to avoid it all day. We made some good shit. Anyways, where am I? I don't know. Apparently there's a Las Vegas fucking New Mexico and I'm about to scoop up on it and just keep going. Where am I going? Why am I going? Well, I gotta tell you, dude, the shit didn't work out with the boulder thing. What do I mean? Well, I went down and they're like, you know, they had no confirmation as to when the job actually did, right? So I still tried to work around the possibility of it. Found, you know, camping and whatnot, but I just didn't feel it. I was like, all right, we're going to wait till the middle of the day. If I don't hear nothing, then we're going on our trip. You know what I mean? I'm not going to spend money that I don't have, and I'm not going to change my course just because, you know what I mean, God threw some weird shit at me. And again, I told you be like so on a path, and everything's trying to hold you back from, you know, taking that path. So anyways, I stuck around till about 3 o'clock. I should have left so much sooner, because then I hit fucking traffic in Denver. I hit traffic in Castle Rock. I hit traffic in fucking Monument. I hit traffic in... Dude, there was fucking traffic in Trinidad, bro. What was it? I don't know. There was some fucking cops fucking weaving. But anyways, we're heading to fucking Arizona. As much as God can give me energy, dude. It's like, 11 hours from, I don't know, the last time I checked. So I'm just going to plow through it as much as I can plow through it. What's out there? I don't know. That's where God told me to go. It was unbelievable, and that's just, we're following the unbelievable. I had confirmation from, I listened to Infinity, which is Magnetize Yourself. She dropped a video a few hours ago, and I didn't see that. I couldn't possibly tell you what the fucking caption was. It just played on my YouTube, and I let it play. And she's like, I'm getting birds. That could be significant. Something about warmer weather, flocking to the south. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing here. How warm? Dude, it was hella hot. Like, I went from Chief Hosa 72 and beautiful to it was like 96 and holy shit. But Colorado, I got a lot of my memories back. I remembered Pueblo. I remember. Sorry, every time I talk about these people. That's what happened last time. I was trying to, talk about how great. That's what happened last time. I was trying to, talk about how great it was, and then I kept losing my. And weaving through New Mexico mountains, or whatever this is. I don't know. It's dark. Anyways, they inspired me, and they filled me with so much, joy and love and light about my situation, what we're doing, how we're following the road, and the woman herself, her Holy Spirit was just pounding at her about me. This morning, I finally gave her my card before they were going to leave. And she came back to me and she gave me a necklace. I'd love to show you, but I'm driving. And I'm very big about my amulets. And this amulet was that, it's the hand, and it's that of the healer. She said, you're a healer. I said, I am. But all I can do is heal myself and show everyone else how to do it too. And so she gave me that. Her husband went to Walmart first thing this morning, and he bought us more supplies that we needed to be more comfortable in our tent. They gave us resources for, she had really mentioned Albuquerque was a great place to go because of the low cost of it, living. She's like, I feel like it's, I started thinking about you. I started looking some stuff up. She totally, they just really encouraged me. They said, they really pointed me out. They pointed out that, doing this kind of stuff, the most important part is to make sure to socialize. There's a lot of great people out there, and I hated the fact that I didn't. Then this morning, 2 people came up and spoke with us. They were from Belgium. They're going to fly back tomorrow, and they, it was like, it was the last minute where I got to make, little acquaintances and friends, and it was like God's, ordained these people to, just like I try to explain to you, you run to a new village and there's these new people and they get you all, bandaged up, and they love you and they get you ready for, your next adventure, and they love you and they tell you, you're going to be okay and you got to go and everything's going to be okay. And then it's going to be okay and you're sad to leave them, but you're so grateful that you've met some new people and that the time you spent, and then you just go. You're scared. And that was another thing I was hearing. It was like, she's so fearless. She's so fearless. Nah, that's what you call it when you fight fears. Fearless would indicate that the fear's not there. That's not true. The fears are part of the mind. The mind creates distortions, and it creates roadblocks and things that it can perceive it that can go wrong. And that's where fears come from. So it's not that I'm fearless. I just have to push through it. I have to feel if I'm just being scared or if this feels wrong. And we all feel about doing things we've never done before. Going back to her being bliss. She was put in places that she'd never been before, and she'd never seen anyone else get out of them without going action. Talking about Miss, June Cleaver. I always know there's a way out. You know what I mean? If there was a way, there's a million ways out. And I learned that, I guess, I've had to just pack up and do shit like this my whole life, where it was just, chaos, confusion, towers, the end of something great, or I'm running from something terrible, and it's just get in the car and pray to God that we make it to somewhere, to a promised land, and that everything will be okay when we get there. And that's how I've traveled 28 states plus Mexico. You know what I mean? All different reasons. It was always, we're going to get there and everything will be there. And that's just kind of, I guess that would be a chasing mentality, but it's more guided too, because, I know for a fact that I've done this drive. I know for a fact when I brought my kids back from San Diego to Colorado, I was still selling perfumes. I took me, my boss, and this chick, and we sold perfumes all the way there and all the way back. And she was from Arizona, and we stopped, I remember doing this trip. So it's not like I've never ever done this trip. It's just, again, it's in my memory bank where I don't remember it. So it's not like I'm going somewhere completely different. I don't know if we went through Yuma. I don't know what I don't know. But I do know that on Monday when I came home from work and I went to my cards and I asked God, what am I supposed to do? He said, go to Arizona. And I told you guys all week, unless he, unless he changes it, I've got to go out there. And that's just it, I'm thinking about when my brother flipped out in Mojave. We're sitting there, I'm pregnant with my daughter. It's the middle of the night. My dog has her puppies. He's going crazy on his wife, and my feeling says we've got to go. Grab our stuff. We're going to take this car and we're driving to Colorado. And there wasn't just that time. Then there's the time when we were in Colorado, me and my ex-husband, and his mother and his sister are going crazy. And it's like, we got to go. Get in the car, and we're driving to Oklahoma. And then there was the time when, my ex-husband's going crazy on me in Oklahoma. My spirit's like, drive the car, ditch the car, and go back to Colorado. I've done this my whole life. So it's always scary, but when you've done it, you have a sense of not confidence, but understanding that it will be okay. It will be okay. You've done this before. Everything will be okay, and you're not doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it for the right reasons. So going back to fearlessness, it's not that. I mean, of course, I'm like, I got to be honest, Hugo called me and they're like, we can move you into that house at 12 o'clock the next day. I had exactly the amount of money, everything I needed, and I could have walked us into a house at least, but that didn't feel right. I told the temp company that I was going to go find a place for us to stay for the weekend and get back to me with the details on Monday. It didn't feel right. It feels right for us to drive into the unknown. And that's, I can't fully tell you, but that goes back to Inity's video, is I live unconventionally, and I always have, but it also has always been the right way for me. It's not right for you guys, for people that need that security. I wanted it, and I got it. I prayed for it for years, and I got it, and I fought for it, and I built my kingdom, and it was beautiful. And my biggest fear was giving that up and going back to doing this again, because of, how scary it was before. But it's not this time, because this time it's different. And that's what I mean, is me and children are actually creating crazy memories. They're going to be talking, I'll be like, my mom, was following my daughter, she's like, I don't believe in God. My mom would just take us on crazy adventures. We went to all different kinds of states. We did camping. We did all kinds of weird stuff. So I put on my jacket this morning, and again, the two old people before we left, Bruce is all, hey, come here, let me see that jacket. And he's looking at it, he's like, that's a nice jacket. He says it reminds him of a tribe from Minnesota. I said, I got it in Minnesota for a couple of dollars. It was at a yard sale. The tribal honoring, they were doing the honor for the tribal people. It was like one of those weekends and stuff. I couldn't tell you what month. Maybe it was May or something. But anyways, that was cool too. And that's what it is. It's like, you guys see this as like something it's very much not. You don't see voyagers in us. You don't see the pioneers. You don't see, you don't see the ritual passages that we're taking through ancient, through ancient pathways and through, sorry, there was a car behind me that was acting a little strange, through, ancestor and especially native lands, you know what I mean? Like the highways that we're taking, the lands, we're traveling the same lands that everybody travels. We're doing the same things, and the difference is I'm lighting incenses, and I'm bringing the light, and I'm cleaning the land, and I'm doing stuff like that. It's the only difference. But you're like, you don't have a destination. I do. It's just not what you see. And that's the Holy Spirit. Jesus didn't have a destination. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that was really beautiful, Bruce, when we spoke at dinner. They were Catholic, but they understood God, and, they were wonderful people. And he was telling me, we had a great talk about Mother Teresa from Calcutta and what her ministry really was. And at the end of the story, she heals this one man, and the one man asked him, he was a Hindu man, and he says, do you want me now to turn to Christ? He said, no, I want you to go back to your country and be a good Hindu man. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm only here to heal you, to go back and serve God the way that you know is best to serve God. I'm not here to turn you from your God. I'm here to turn you to God. And I'm here to acknowledge that your God is a real God, and all God is real, and all God is good. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to show you the way that Jesus was trying to show us. I'm not saying that you have to be a Christian. I'm showing you the Christ-like way that you can teach others in your own way, And that was a really beautiful story. They made us a home-cooked meal, and it was beautiful. I was filled with so many tears last night. I just cried so hard to be just filled with so much, love. It's like and that's what the park ranger said too. He's like, why didn't you tell us sooner what's going on? I was like, I just was, I just dug it out. It's, I got it. It's like, yeah, you got it. You're really doing great. But there's people out there that can help you, and give them a chance to help you. And I teach people that too, is like, give them a chance to be a blessing. Give me a chance to bless you. Give them a chance. And they really taught me that. And they'd given me so much, just, the time and energy, and they gave me quite a bit of money that made me feel even more secure about what I was about to do, that met more needs before we left. And then they turned around and they gave us, you know what I mean? They gave us, so much hope and inspiration and positivity. Like, you're going to be great, and everything's going to be great for you guys. And, sometimes a loving word is just as powerful as any resources. I got to tell you that. So yeah, my day took a different turn. I went the right direction that I always saw myself going. But at the same time, I did do some other ritual work. I stopped at a spiritual store and was able to get myself some new incenses to burn for this particular cleansing. And I'm excited. Like I said, there's a temp agency, the same temp agency that was working hard to keep me, paid, is exactly where I'm going. There's one out there. The camping situation where I'm going is different. It's cheap to free. In most places, it's free. It's just free. It's dispersed land, and it's free. You know what I mean? I don't know if it comes with, tarantulas, snakes, and fucking scorpions and shit. We'll have to work our way through all that stuff. But again, I am Mother Earth. I'm being placed back in the lands. Naturally, I do need to find, provisions and stuff like that. But I'm following, what I was told to do. And I didn't have that security where I was. I couldn't, Whatever I would have spent, I couldn't guarantee I was going to get back in the next couple of days. You know what I mean? That's the truth. So I had to go with what felt right. And that's what it all comes down to, is trusting your feelings and working through them. In the beginning, you're not going to fail to do stuff like this, but you got to work through those harsh feelings. That's what I teach you every Friday, in the same field of those feelings. Not like I didn't go through them, and I'm not going to go through them with you. But, you just got to go through different levels. There's different levels to, your adventures. And really, the new feelings come when you break out of, learning the old lessons. When you break your karma, you're forced into new experiences, new trials, new rites of passages. Again, you go to new lands, you meet new people, new blessings, new learnings, new teachings, new understandings. You know what I mean? It changes you, but you don't get too attached. And that, I'm only here for a short period of time to be a blessing and catch a blessing, to catch some to do. Again, I'd like to open up, pop-up shops like everybody else and do readings and do stuff like that, but no, I'm only meant to go and do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm hidden in my own little oasis as I travel. But there's, again, like God says, there's people, and the people He does bring are kind. That whole week I worked with a great girl. Her name was Sandra. She, if there was anything to consider a female friend, she was very female friendly. We got real close. I was able to inspire her about, the spiritual side of herself. And she has family members that experienced it where she kind of thought they were going cuckoo. And I explained to them, no, that's not cuckoo, that's empathy. I was able to bring her to the light, a little friend. I mean, I brought as much light as I could to people, and they really brought light to me. You know what I mean? Working hard for the temp agency, them giving me an opportunity and me being able to work hard felt good, and just making connections. And, you hope that they'll be longer, and that's what it was. It's like, why did this happen tonight? Why didn't I speak to you sooner? And why didn't we, it just felt so good. It felt so good to have a little bit, but there'll be, you know what I mean? There'll be more, and that's it. And that's what they were talking about is, the nomads and the travelers. That's the best part, is meeting everybody. And I told them I haven't been, and they really encouraged me that that's it. And after they spoke to me, then right after, the Belgians came up and talked to me, and then the park manager, he was like, I was like, I get my RV. He's like, well, then you come up here and, you be one of our volunteers next season. Meaning I could just park my RV there all season and stay up there all season for free, just chilling at Chief Hosa. And it was amazing. Those that didn't go, I didn't want to tell my location while I was there because I got lots of haters and family and karmics in Colorado. But for those that don't know, Chief Hosa is like literally right up the hill from Mother Cabrini's. It's its own exit. It's nothing but mountains and a big circle and a beautiful, campground. That's it. It's right off of the freeway. It's one exit. It was, again, like I told you guys, it was $23 a day. It was amazing. I was safe. We had, great showers. There was real live animals. There was, I didn't know this because I didn't go further. I kept going into town, but the next mile up was evergreen and there was everything I needed. I didn't realize that till the last couple of days because I kept going into town instead of uptown. And it was a great place. I mean, seriously, if there was ever a time to start traveling, it was the first time we ever did it, and it was the best time. And I mean, I loved it. And, that was just our first time. We went in with nothing, and God gave us one hell of a great adventure, and He told us, all right, now let's go have another one. And that's where we're going. And so it's exciting. So I wanted to tap in with you guys. Again, it was mainly the shadow work about, Russ's stupid songs like he always is. But his shadows are our shadows, and there's somebody's shadows. And, even though I can't fully understand why they believe themselves to be so deserving, I got a brother that's that way too. I don't understand. I mean, he's not now, but he was the same way. And my sisters, I don't understand it. It's like they can only be seen in the nicest things, and I don't understand you guys. I'm just grateful to have things. And it's not like I was always poor. It's just that I always took good care of, up until I built my house and stayed in my house, I always lived out of a suitcase. So the things I had meant a lot to me, and I didn't have room for more, and that was good enough for me. You know what I mean? I was always grateful with my fucking, my Walkman and my fucking, or my fucking, with all my little music and shit. I was always grateful to have some music, to have a phone, to have some clothes. You know what I mean? To have a cigarette and the stars. I lost you, and I don't know at what point. Probably the part where it's not logical. And it's right there next to Mexico. Who knows? Might just take off and head straight into fucking Mexico. Fuck it. I told you we were supposed to be heading down to the Mayan lands. Sí, habla español. Soy bien magical. ¿Eres una bruja? Ay, sí. Vente. Let me light this candle. I don't practice Santeria. I do got a couple of crystal balls. Come here. My mouth's as big as than yours. What am I doing? I don't know, man. We're just traveling with the spirit, man. So I hope you guys make some, some brave moves. I feel like I say this shit to you way more than I tell you to leave anything. I'll be like, I hope you do the right thing. Do the right thing. Whatever it is. Do the wrong thing. That do whatever. Just do it. Fucking Nike, just do it, bitch. Do it. I'm hearing, that's a dirty ass song. Do it now. Do it good. Like this. Reconnecting. Hey, I'll tap in with you guys in the sun state. Whatever state I'm in when the sun comes up, right? Later.